So welcome everybody. Today we're going to take a look at and review a new tool. This is the AI website builder from TenWeb. So TenWeb is a managed WordPress hosting company. So you might have seen them around. They are fairly innovative, I guess, in terms of like what they offer. They, besides their usual WordPress hosting, they also offer. I think they also bundle quite a fair bit of plugins and different types of services with their hosting, and they also claim to be super fast because the hosting is built on Google Cloud. So, but today we're not really looking at their hosting plans. For today, we're going to look at a new product that they've launched, and it's kind of like up to you whether you agree or believe like what this new tool can do. It's basically an AI website builder. Now we've heard the term AI website builder or AI for the longest time. Basically, there's no real true AI. I think basically it's just smart algorithms that basically can um, read certain things and interpret the data in a certain way. So basically, what they've done for this AI website builder is that it's a tool that you can install on your website, and it links back to their proprietary solution. So when you install it on your website, right, what you can do is you can basically pop a URL into their into their solution, and the solution will basically read what is on that URL and build and reconstruct the layout of that page using Elementor. So TenWeb has been offering a lot of plugins and Elementor widgets of their own, right? So I guess in a sense this is quite a natural evolution of their what they've been offering. So this AI website builder seems interesting enough. I'll talk about the use cases a bit later, but let's take a look and in action, right, at how it works, right, and whether it's really like as it claims to be. So on their sales page, they say this is an AI website builder. You can recreate your website with AI. You can, and then once the page is recreated, you can fully customize it, and then you can use it to do different things. Um, yeah, I think the proof is going to be in the pudding, right? So let's just take a look at how it works, right? So right now, I've already set up a website in the TenWeb dashboard. So what we can do now is we can go and so this is the site that has been spun up. Let's take a look at the backend of the site, right? So you can see this is the fairly fancy backend of their managed WordPress hosting. So what we want to take a look at here is this particular function, the 10 web builder. So it says you can recreate with AI, right? Okay, so let's take a look. What does recreate with AI mean? So let's do something fairly meta for this particular demo. Let's take a look at the 10Web AI website builder, right? And let's see if we can recreate this page and how it looks like, right? So we're going to pop this website builder page into their function, and we're going to do is we're going to recreate and import. So this is the part where you have to wait quite long. So there's quite a lot of things to unpack, right? So while we're waiting for this to be built up, let's really take a look at their AI website builder. So of course, let's think about what this particular tool can do. I guess in a sense, this AI website builder is not really built for like website owners or bloggers or people like that. It's really meant for people who are web designers or web agency owners. I guess the idea for this particular tool is it allows you to, I mean, in a sense, this is correct, right? To conduct rapid experiments. So it's a case where you could see any page out there in the wild and leverage on this tool to recreate that template in Elementor, right, using this particular tool. And then from there, you can actually take the template that's been recreated via this AI website builder, right? And then you could customize it to what you do. So of course, like I think there's a certain um, boundary that we need to talk about, right, which is like copyright and everything. So we're not copyright experts, so we're not going to talk about what is right or wrong, right? But to a certain extent, right, if you're going to copy and import uh, a page from somewhere else, right, you have to make sure that you don't reuse the copy. That means the text, or reuse the images, because most of these images and text and everything have a natural copyright built into them. So what's the point of importing a page then if you can't use the images and everything? It's basically in most cases, if you're taking a page, if you're trying to copy or trying to rebuild a page, right, or recreate a page that doesn't belong to you, it's really for the purpose of using it as a stepping stone towards creating certain layouts. It might save you like maybe like I don't know, maybe like say if you're a fast designer, right, maybe 5 or 10 minutes to recreate time that would have been taken to recreate certain templates. So let's say, for example, you see a template out there in the wild that you like, a page that you out there in the wild that you like. What you can do is you can pop it into the AI builder and pull out a recreated copy of it, and then just maybe grab that section that you like. Of course, you would have to kind of like replace the text, change the images, and kind of like at least spend some time customizing and making it your own, right? And not something that's a direct copy, right? And then possibly you could use it to be incorporated into either your collection of sections and templates, or maybe use it for a website that you need. Maybe a website that you're building for a client. I'm not really going to talk about the ethics of something like that, whether this is considered, whether by doing something like this, you are considered less of a designer or not. I think that's a separate argument altogether. But we're just today going to look at the tool, right, and see how it does. So hopefully by now, the tool has finished recreating. So let's just take a look at it, right? So let's take a look. So this is the page that we popped into the AI builder. So pretty meta, right? We're going to see whether the AI builder can recreate the AI builder page, right? Is it here? Okay, let's see. All right, okay, I think it's in the back end. Is this? Okay, let's take a look. So how does it do, right? Let's see. I think offhand, you can kind of tell that the site isn't a perfect recreation. It's wider in some areas and more narrow in certain areas, right? Certain things are there and certain things are not there. So, is it an accurate representation of what you see here? I wouldn't say so. I think. Let me just take a look. Right, on a smaller screen. How does it look? Yeah. I mean, it's not. Um, how would I put it gently? It's not. It's definitely not too exact, right? It's probably, it looks like it's probably like 60% close, and there's probably like a lot of unnecessary elements here, right? I mean, obviously this AI site builder is going to be not entirely accurate, right? It's just an approximation, right? Is it useful? And what kind of widgets is it creating, right? So you can see that basically, right? I have no idea, like for example, what kind of widget this is used to build, right? But it's the algorithm has gone ahead and chosen like a image box to recreate this. So whether that's the right thing or the wrong thing, right? I'm not. I can't tell you for certain. But as a first cut of a website, I think that it's probably like 60% relevant, and it's interesting. I mean, so the question is this tool useful for you if you're a web designer? I think that's really something that it's going to be quite open for interpretation, right? For some people, this may be useful. For certain people, I think they're gonna find this like maybe I don't know offensive. Okay, maybe the word isn't offensive, but I think for purists, right, web design purists, right, this is gonna seem like some kind of scandal in the sense that this is probably something that um, how do I put it this way? I think the argument is this, right? And this is something that's always been there from time immemorial, right? If you think about it, right? Um, Back in the days, right? People were saying that Elementor was a tool that wasn't really truly web design. I mean, if you could drag and drop it, right, without needing to understand HTML and CSS, or like being able to code in the backend of WordPress, right? It, it, that just meant to some people that just meant that you were not a true web designer, right? But I mean, over the years, Elementor has stayed and and kind of like continue to grow in popularity, and to some extent, it's become like the default way of building websites for a lot of people, just because it's faster and it's more efficient and everything. So, I guess the question is, of course, like whether um, this represents a natural evolution in the next step. I mean, you have drag and drop page builders and website builders and team builders. This is probably just the next step of taking it to the next level. Um, I guess it's a philosophical argument, right? But I would say that the technology is there for you to use it whatever way you choose to. If this makes sense for your workflow, and that means you can extract some value out of it, right? You can actually find a web page out in the wild, and you can just pop it in, and you can recreate the page, and then you can use that as a basis for recreating certain things. If you can get extract value out of it, right, then I guess the question is why not, right? We're not here to really kind of like debate what's right or uh, we're not here to kind of like debate the ethics of web design, right? In this case, right? It's just a piece of technology that can do certain things, right? So I think at the end of the day, it looks like it has some um, use, right? It could. It's not something that you will want to kind of like depend on in a major way in your web design business. I think at the end of the day, this cannot replace skilled designers, right? You're still gonna need skilled designers to basically do the work to create the thing and exercise their skill. But this could be part of a rapid prototyping process or a or maybe like some kind of a sprint session where you are just basically recreating certain templates and building it into a template library for use maybe in other parts of your business, right? Then in that sense, this tool could make a fair bit of sense lah. It's just I think the best analogy to kind of like see this tool, right, and in order to try to make good use of it, right, is to see this as a tool that can maybe save you, I don't know, 5 minutes every time you use it, right? 5 or 10 minutes every time you use it. So over time, if your time is more valuable than the cost of the monthly cost of the tool, right? Then I think it makes sense to use the tool to kind of like shave those 5 to 10 minutes every time. So you could kind of like maybe save a few hours. I don't know, maybe like 4, 5, 6 hours in a month if you build websites for a living by using it to kind of like recreate, kickstart the recreation of certain templates and stuff lah. So in that sense, uh, does it kind of like live up to its promise of the future of website building? I would not kind of say so, right? From initial looks of it, it does what it says it does, but not in a 100% perfect way, right? Is it good enough for you to use it as a stepping stone to um, uh, customize to see, to recreate and customize it to your own use, I think that it has value in that. So again, not saying whether this is a good or bad tool. It does what it does. You can see what it does, right? And we're not here to debate the ethics of the tool, right? So the question is, can you make use of it in your business if you're doing web design? And will it save you time? I think the answer to that is probably yes. And it's a conditional yes, right? It depends on your workflow, right? But overall, I think that it's an interesting tool. It's an interesting solution, and it's really up to you whether you want to use this tool in your business or not. Yeah, so I think with that, we've seen how this TenWeb AI website builder works. So what are your thoughts, right? Let me know in the comments in this YouTube video or in the post that goes out, right? And that's all we have for today. And then we'll catch you at the next review.